Hello guys, it's Myles and Connor from the Myles and Connor Show. Now, if you listened to our great debate earlier, you would have had insightful knowledge about the battle between tea and coffee.
Yes, definitely. Well, we're here today to settle this debate by having our very own taste test. As you can see, we've got two mugs here, filled with tea and coffee.
We're going to do this two ways. We're testing two types of tea and coffee. We've got tea and coffee here from a popular retailer. But we're also going to be making our own tea and coffee as well to compare and see who the ultimate winner is. So let's get down to brewing some tea and coffee. We got our tea, we got our coffee, we've got a kettle. Let's make some tea and coffee.
Right, let's just put the tea bag in here. Make sure we get the spoon out. Get the spoon.
The kettle has boiled, so we are going to pour said water. Instant coffee and instant tea. Oh my goodness! What has happened to the camera? It has gone murky.
I guess it doesn't want to see us make the mystical tea and coffee.
No, it hates me. It's shy.
I also have to point out very briefly that we're not going to be putting any sugar into these beverages. We're only putting a little bit of milk in. The reason for that is we want to purely taste the tea and the coffee. I think the sugar will take too much of the taste away, so yeah, that's what we're pretty much doing.
I got milk! And there is our tea and our coffee. Not an awful lot of colour difference.
No, there's not.
Of course the coffee is slightly darker, but it's the taste that counts. So there we have it. We've made our tea and our coffee. These be tea, these be coffee. The ones in the dark mugs, again, are from a popular coffee shop and a tea room, and the ones in the beautiful multicoloured mugs are homemade.
So we're going to go ahead and try these drinks. We're going to try the retail store ones first. I'm going to try this coffee very quick.
Yes, just regular retail coffee.
There's a nice flavour to it. I think that I like the flavour to it.
There's a boldness to it.
It's very bold. I think the problem is if you leave it a little bit, it might go a little bit bitter. So thankfully we didn't leave it too long.
No.
But yeah, I think that has a very nice flavour.
Mug of tea! No, that's got a lot. This is traditional English breakfast tea there. Definitely a much sweeter tone to it.
Yeah.
Yes, certainly a much sweeter tone. See, the coffee was, but not as intense. The coffee was very overpowering and left a taste in your mouth. The tea, it doesn't leave a taste in your mouth.
I don't think it does, no.
Which, I don't know, could be better, could be worse. It just depends on your preference, really. But it's more subtle than the coffee, definitely, and has much sweeter overtones. Right, homemade coffee.
Right, let's try this. Ooh, it's still very, very hot, so got to be careful.
Bit hot. Bit hot.
Yes.
Can't be that hot. Very hot.
It is quite hot, isn't it? It's not as bitter as the store-bought one.
No.
It's not as bold, I'd say. I think there's a lot more subtlety to that one.
Yes, it's a lot weaker, considerably weaker actually, than the store-bought one. But it tastes fine, I guess.
Maybe that's because we made it and we probably added a little bit more milk than we should have.
Yes.
But I think for what it is, it tastes alright.
Got some tea here.
Very hot again. Be careful.
Again, still a lot less powerful than the store-bought tea.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not as sweet.
No, nowhere near as sweet. It was sort of a bit bland almost.
Yeah.
I understand why people need sugar and things like that. The coffee, even though it was blander than the store-bought coffee, certainly had more flavour to it than the tea. But I think the tea had a nicer flavour personally. What do you think?
Well, I'm sticking by my guns. I think the coffee had a more, how would I say, memorable taste.
It leaves a taste in your mouth.
Yeah, it leaves a taste in my mouth, but it's not. I don't find it that unpleasant. I think it's quite nice.
So after much deliberation and talking, verbalisation, articulate things, we've taken everything into consideration, and I think these two decided it for us. The fact that both of these were weaker than the store-bought ones made a point, but this one still had flavour. the coffee. The tea was very bland, homemade, and I don't know whether it's because we are just awful at making tea, but I am going to stand back and grant you the victory because I thought the taste of coffee was nice. I preferred the taste of tea, but the homemade ones were a bit weaker, and this one was just bland. So this one beat it instantaneously.
Yes.
So on that basis, for the fuller flavour, coffee wins.
Yeah!
We will see you next time on the Myles and Connor Show, Tuesdays at 1. Tune in. Goodbye, everybody. Get us a bourbon.
Bourbon.
Yeah, bourbon. Little chocolate donkey.
Do we have any?
Get me a bourbon, slave.
Fine.
He said twins weren't slaves. See?